So we have to do the news now. And the first story is focusing on the subject of HIV/AIDS.
All right, so well, the very first story, the country director of the United Nations Program on HIV/AIDS, UNAIDS, and UN representative in Ghana, Jameh Haley, is warning that the surge in vigilantism in the country could pave the way for some unknown external forces to destabilize Ghana's security.
Mr. Haley believes Ghana's internal security would be in the balance if the menace is not tackled decisively.
This vigilante group concept has to die soon and quickly in Ghana. Because these are the kind of groups that, if unchecked and uncontrolled, will tomorrow become bigger than the system, bigger than the security forces, and even bigger than the political will of the people and the party that they may try to associate themselves with. Of course, we don't have any particular evidence put it, in front of us for us to say this or that. But any vigilante movement is a movement that will eventually grow. And this danger must be clearly known to Ghana. And Ghana, being, as we always say, the beacon of democracy, cannot tolerate the existence of, even for one day, of a vigilante group that will deter its growth, deter its peace and stability. This is a very dangerous thing, and many enemies of the state and many enemies of our continent will use these groups to create havoc in our societies and countries.
Well, moving on from there, the government of Rwanda is entreating Ghana to learn lessons from the ethnic cleansing which claimed the lives of millions of Rwandans in 1994. Chairman of the Rwandan community in Ghana, Bernardine Gattet, says failure by Ghana to embrace its ethnic and cultural diversity could plunge the country into similar atrocities.
Speaking with Joy News at the 23rd commemoration of the carnage, Bernardine Gattet entreated government to strengthen laws which promote justice and equity.
The key lesson that we should share with Ghana is that we should have a common denominator, which is a country. And we should avoid to be looking at each other in terms of what kind of differentiate us, but what brings us together, what brings Ghanaians together to be a nation and build on that. This is part of everybody. It's not just a government. It's not just people in the realm of governing the country. It's for everybody, including the media. Because what happened in Rwanda, the media played a very important role. And the media should learn that whatever is on the airwave, it is just wide open, and people take it in a way that you may control once the guests are. So the Ghana should make sure that people do not look at what differentiates them, but what brings it together to build the country as Ghana.
In other stories, a child health consultant is making a case for increased maternity centers for established pediatric services across Ghana.
Well, head of child health at Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, Professor Emmanuel Adoyobo, believes that this would address the congestion in tertiary facilities. He spoke when local NGO Women's Health to Wealth presented assorted medical items to the hospital's mother and baby unit.
The items include 2 Firefly phototherapy machines detecting jaundice in babies, tetracycline hydrochloride eye drop, and Neutrogena skincare products. The rest are Johnson Baby Natural Shampoo and KY injectables. The gesture is in response to Joy News' Chef Kwame Boateng's special documentary Next to Die, which highlighted challenges at the unit. Professor Adoyobo cites the Kumasi South and Central hospitals, which have taken 20% pressure off Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital.
The establishment of 2 mother-baby units at Kumasi South and Suntreso in total have taken off about 20% of the patients we should have had. And that was about, 4 or 5 years ago since they were built. And we are saying that if that hadn't happened, the congestion would have been much worse than it is. And I'm using this opportunity to appeal to the hospitals, the Ghana Health Service, to ensure that wherever there is a maternity, there are maternity services. There are established pediatric services with doctors who are practicing as pediatricians, because similarly we have doctors who are not obstetricians but they are practicing as obstetricians, and they do a good job. Once that has happened, a lot of the basic things that are coming to Konfanoti to cause a congestion will be taken off, and it will help the decongestion. Now, moreover, as a teaching hospital, we have that mandate to function at a tertiary level. So a lot of the things we are doing as primary and secondary care will be moved to those facilities so that we can do the real business of tertiary care that we are supposed to do.
Women's Health to Wealth has over the years supported health institutions in Kumasi to the tune of over $1 million. Between October last year and February this year, the organization has trained 183 midwives on essential baby care. Meanwhile, the organization has rehabilitated bathrooms and toilet facilities at the unit to relieve mothers of going outside to shower. Executive Director Abne Kuyamwa Boateng appeals to corporate institutions and individuals to help the unit overcome its challenges.
He said, we are tackling all the areas. Whilst we are tackling the area of capacity building by training the nurses and some of the doctors in early newborn care, we are also supplying equipment to help them do what they have to do. And in addition to that, we also supply medicines. Like you saw today, I brought in injection vitamin K, which is very important for a baby who is born. Every baby born needs that injection. I also brought the tetracycline eye ointment. Every newborn baby needs that eye ointment in order to avoid some infections later on. And we have done that.
Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Deborah.
We'll still stay on preserving our future, while various interventions have been put in place by both government departments and non-governmental agencies to clamp down on child marriages in the Boko West district of the Upper East region. Recent statistics on reported cases, however, indicate that the situation has not improved.
And according to the Boko West District Education Director, as many as 21 cases of child marriages were reported in the year 2016 alone, and already 4 more cases for 2017 have been recorded. APA's correspondent Albert Sori sent him the following report.
In a speech read on her behalf at the launch of a program by Youth Harvest Foundation Ghana aimed at ending child marriages and teenage pregnancies in the Boko West District, the District Education Director Cecilia Sumaila said child marriages and teenage pregnancies are very serious issues that are still threatening development of the district.
The theme chosen for this occasion is appropriate, and it reads, preventing teenage pregnancy and child marriage, our collective responsibility. It is so because teenage pregnancy in the Villa district has affected the district human resource quality greatly and needs serious attention. Ladies and gentlemen, it is actually a collective responsibility because the negative impact or effect of it in the Boko West district is growing very fast.
He also painted a gloomy picture with the statistics of reported cases of child marriages in the Boko West district in the last 5 years. In view of the precarious situation, NGO Youth Harvest Foundation Ghana has launched a project dubbed the Positive Action for Girls and Women Project. The project aims at contributing to the efforts government is making to end child marriages and teenage pregnancies in the country.
The foundation is not new to the Boko West district, but today marks an important landmark in its work in the district as we launch a 2-year project aimed at addressing teenage pregnancy and support a campaign to end child marriage in selected communities.
As part of the launch, there was a route march at Zebila. The Positive Action for Girls and Women project would advocate against child marriages in the Boko West district and educate young girls on their reproductive health rights and how to protect themselves.
We turn our attention to farming, and sowing groundnuts is a difficult task, particularly for older farmers, because it involves a lot of bending.
Well, that process is just becoming easier thanks to the ingenuity of a farmer at Adanse Fomina in the Ashanti region. He has designed a planter.
The groundnut planter is a jab with 2 wheels and a spring which controls digging and sowing. It has a hopper for storing seeds and handle with an ejection mechanism. An earth chisel is attached to the planter jabs to create a hole for the seeds. The ejector is pressed to release 2 to 3 seeds from the hopper to go through a pipe into the hole and covered by a metal sheet. It is the brain and handiwork of groundnut farmer at Fomina, King David. He was motivated to come up with the technology as agent makes bending and rising from manual planting strenuous. Mr. David is hopeful the machine would save time and energy during sowing. The problem with groundnut sowing is the bending and rising, which affects the waste. This machine does away with all that. The machine will make our work very easy. Meanwhile, the man behind the cocoa pod cracker, Ofori Chineboa, has fine-tuned his design. After breaking the pod, he has designed a mechanism to pull the beans from the chamber.
Farmers used to face problem during the mode of cracking cocoa pods, and at times they do cut their hand and a lot of risks. So it came to time that we find some means of using manual machine to crack cocoa pods with small pressure without risk. And by so doing, a lot of farmers are happy using the new technology.
Other equipment on display at a sensitization program are cassava uprooter and rice thresher. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology spearheads capacity building for commercialization workshop for farmers. Donald Amrago is research fellow at the university's Technology Consultancy Center.
We are grateful these communities are responding well to this intervention that the university is putting across. On the other hand, we are also looking at making these farmers creative by providing solutions to challenges that they will meet.
Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Deborah.
Very nice one there, I'd say. Well, SGSSB has officially launched its refurbished Fanofa Road branch here at Koko Mlemle. Well, this follows the bank's rebranding agenda initiated in 2016.
And the occasion was also a platform for officials to network with some customers of the bank and get to know their concerns. Among several products adored was a mobile banking service, which primarily aims at bringing banking services to the doorsteps of customers.
And the general manager of retail banking, Kweku Chineboa, in an interview with Joy Business, explained that some of the bank's newly introduced services, well, he actually explained what those new services are.
Previously, if you walk into a banking hall, you sometimes get confused as Societe Generale. Now we have a welcome desk that is manned by gentlemen and young ladies and young guys who will direct you, listen to you and direct you to the relevant place. We have a queue monitoring system where you will just go and pick a ticket, and if you're going to see the teller, it will let you know when it is your time. We have a digital corner where we have tablets that can help you access your balance without even going to a teller or going to a salesperson. You can go onto your account directly from the digital corner. We have state-of-the-art ATMs and everything that will help you be able to be served in time so that you don't have to spend too much time at the bank at the expense of your other activities. The mobile bank is something that we have introduced which we take to institutions. For instance, institutions that do not have a branch of Societe Generale close to their office. Sometimes some of these institutions, they have large numbers working on, for instance, a factory or something like that. So we come with the mobile bank, which has an ATM. So the workers, so we agree with the management of that particular institution so that on particular days in a month, we bring the mobile bank and their staff can take monies from the mobile bank and also have other banking transactions like the opening of accounts and other things like that, banking services given to them. So the mobile bank brings banking to your doorstep. We are running a loan campaign promotion for salaried workers in Ghana. If you are an existing account holder of Societe Generale who has your salary coming through, please walk into the nearest Societe Generale branch. But if you are not currently holding an account with us, but you are a salaried worker, just come and open an account, and after 1 month salary comes in, you immediately qualify upon provision of your 6 months past banking statements with your current bank.
That's GSSB, banking on wheels.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it for the news. What do we have next?
And we have a lot more to talk about. We'll be having review of the newspapers, and then we'll look at the review of the online portals as well. But today's your birthday, Millicent Omari, and it's from Derek Akosam. He believes that you are his crush.
Yes.
I don't believe that.
He has a crush on you, apparently.
He has to go and look for a girlfriend because you have your own person.
And just so you know, I know that he's chasing a few girls in church, so...
Yeah, sure.
Just a little bit of extra
And Millicent Omari works with our sales team here at the multimedia group. We say, have a blessed happy birthday. He says that your fufu is
okay,
on him.
so we'll take a break now and we will
What a cheap birthday gift. We're taking a break.